Hello everyone, it's Brad from Prodigal Overland. Today what I have for you is a real-world review of the Falken Wildpeak AT3 tires. I've been running these tires on our truck and on the Jeep, and we're going to talk about how they perform on-road and off-road. So stick around and we'll get started. So before we really dive into this video today, I just want to mention, as you watch this video, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Feel free to check out our other videos, see what we're up to, peruse a little bit, and like I said, do us a favor. If you're watching our videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you know when the new videos are coming. Give us a thumbs up, hit the bell, do all that good stuff. So one of the first things people often do and should do when they start taking their Jeep off-road is upgrade the tires, okay? Even with the Trailhawk, it does come with kind of an all-terrain tire, but really you're probably gonna wanna increase that, upgrade that to something a little more stout. When we got our first Jeep was actually not this one. I had a 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland Edition with the 3.6, and one of the first things I did with that was go ahead and research tires, and ultimately ended up going with the Wildpeak Falken AT3. So we're going to talk about those today. Without further ado, let's get going. So these are the tires, okay, freshly coated and dusted with Sedona red dirt. Okay, we were just yesterday we did Broken Arrow Trail, so here's what they look like, nice and coated from that. Now these tires have about 25,000 miles on them. Okay, couple things to point out: this is obviously an all-terrain tire. With that, what you're going to see is more of a pronounced lugs on the side of the tire. Obviously, a little more traction going on up here. Okay. If you don't know anything about tires, the reason to go with an all-terrain tire versus a mud tire versus just your standard passenger tire, all-terrains are going to give you good traction off-road, and also be a bit more quiet on the highway. A mud terrain tire is going to have even kind of bigger lugs, bigger wheel blocks here, so they're going to do better in mud and slop, but they're going to be noisier on the highway. So those are just some basic differences. Just a little background on where these tires have been on the Jeep. I have had these tires, let's see, we've done mountain passes in Colorado, they've been out to Moab, Big Bend, we've been, we just did Sedona, we've been out in Las Cruces trying to get them. So they've had a lot of off-road as well as highway. When we first started traveling, we actually towed our Rockwood Roo with the Jeep, so they've been probably 10-15,000 miles of towing as well. Okay, I have been really happy with these tires. These tires, when I think I got them for the Jeep, were running about $145 a tire. Okay, which, when you're just starting out getting off-road, there's so many things that you have to get, so being able to get into a tire for around $145 was a big plus. Okay, so super happy with that. Also, as far as road noise with these, okay, you notice they're a little bit louder than the standard passenger tires, but not bad at all. Now, as the tire wears down, okay, you're starting to have those blocks kind of get shorter and shorter and fatter. Okay, so there's a little bit more road noise with them. As far as gas mileage with these, before I stuck the roof rack on and before I had these two bins up here, I was averaging around 20-21 miles per gallon running these tires, which was not much different than the old ones. Now I just checked, I get about 17 miles to a gallon. Again, pushing all that air with what I got on my roof rack, but not too shabby. We've also, when we were out in New Mexico in Las Cruces, we picked up this screw in our sidewall here, and actually it's still there. It's going to come out today, but I've driven 500 miles with the screw in my sidewall, and we actually aired down yesterday to about 20 psi And this is right kind of poking out where that would go, and that handled that well. So with these sidewall tears, actually when I was in to get the air suspension looked at, they looked at that and at the dealer, and they weren't too concerned about that. I notice every trail I do, they tend to, especially this one tends to kind of get bigger just because when I let the air pressure out, the tire, you know, it starts to bend more there, and it's kind of slowly spreading there. So that's going to need to be addressed here soon. Now, what I also did is when we got our truck, I had issues with the truck. We had a couple of times where it was fishtailing, actually with the trailer on, and just even damp roads. There was a pair from the dealer that was kind of a real cheap tire, so we went ahead and changed out the tires on the truck as well, and we're actually running the Falken Wildpeak AT3s there. Since I made that change, I've had no issues with slipping on the road. You know, we're hauling here a 16,000 pound trailer, and it's doing really well with that as well. Here's the tires for the truck. Now the big difference between the truck tires and what's on the Jeep is this is actually a load E tire. So this is a 10 ply tire, whereas the ones on the Jeep are, I believe they're 6 ply. So that's kind of a main difference. Obviously these are built to be handling a lot more of the load. But as far as the actual tread wall, the actual tread, it's the same pattern, same design, same lugs on the side. As I mentioned before, one of the main reasons I initially went with the Falken Wildpeaks was they get really good reviews by the people that have them on, and I again would attest to that these have done really well on road and off road. And you know, other tires that I've seen people put on, like the Nitto Grapplers or the BFG KO2s, very good tires, are, let's see, probably about $60 at least more per tire. Again, when you're just getting into this hobby, if you've got a Jeep that maybe is mostly just, you know, your daily driver, and you're looking to kind of make changes to make it more off-road capable, and so you start, you know, maybe adding protection and adding the tires, I mean, those costs really add up. So again, reason I went with the Wildpeaks is just because of the reviews, and also the price point, and they've just done really well for us. However, the one other issue I'm having with the trails is ground clearance. And so actually what is happening today is I'm going to be increasing the tire size on the Jeep. Right now we've got 265/60 R18, which is the stock tire size, and I'm going to be shifting to the 265/65 R18 tire to give us, it should give us about an inch more of a ground clearance. So that's going to happen here this afternoon. We're going to take it into Discount Tire and get them swapped out. We might even give the Jeep a little bath while we're in town. I kind of wrestle with that because it's going to get dirty again right away, but it's been months, so I'll probably give it a little bath. All right, we are freshly back from getting the new tires put on the Jeep. Like I said, we wanted to kind of swap them out for a little more ground clearance. I had to screw in my sidewall, and you can't patch that and have it hold, especially when you're airing down, airing up. There's a lot of flex there, and that flex can work any kind of plug loose. Definitely had some sidewall rips that I showed you. So anyway, we got the new tires on. Let me show you those. So there's new tires, looking all nice and pretty. Again, these are the 265/65 R18s. They fit really well under there. Let me show you here. No issues with any kind of rubbing or anything like that. Yeah, so, and I can definitely tell, it almost feels like you're sitting in off-road one, just when you get right in. So right now I think it's in park mode. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting them out on the trail. We got a couple more trails to do here in Sedona, so they will get their workout. So that's going to do it for me today. If you guys have a favorite tire that you've used with your Jeeps, you let me know and put it down in the comments. Yeah, we're excited to get back out on the trail. Like I said, a couple more trails to do here in Sedona, and we'll be on our way. Hit that thumbs up if you liked the video. Subscribe if you haven't. Have a great day.